Mr. Speaker, in the $400 million corruption scandal, which is the Green Slush Fund, you, Mr. Speaker, ruled that the Canadian people have the absolute right to demand the unredacted production of documents be given to the police. But this government refuses Parliament's absolute authority. Shame. Parliament is the people, and the absolute authority of Parliament is like your mom checking your room after you said you cleaned it. You know, you might be able to hide one or two things, and the government may be able to think they get off the hook, but Parliament is there to inspect and clean the House. Mr. Speaker, this is a messy House. When will this government clean it?
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Great job, Ryan. Mr. Speaker, as I've said, the government has handed over thousands of pages of documents. However, the big issue here that I think Canadians are concerned about is that they know politicians shouldn't be directing police.
Exactly.
And what is at issue here is the fact that this House has decided that they are judge and jury and that the police should investigate something. We have no problem with police investigations. In fact, of course, any government would respond to them. And I would expect that any government of any stripe would react the same way we are today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member from Bay of Quinte.
Mr. Speaker, the police have already opened an investigation. This is just Parliament asking for documents to be turned over. It's the ask and the absolute rule of Parliament, and this government's refusing. Just think of it like a business, right? This government forgets that in a business, they're the employee. The Canadian public are the owners. In the real world, if a business refused to, or employees refuse to hand over documents or hand over anything in investigation, those employees will be fired. Mr. Speaker, is this government just waiting to be fired by the Canadian public, or will they hand over the documents?
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Mr. Speaker, in the real world, police have to request warrants. They have to go through due process to get information. It's not up to parliamentarians and politicians to direct police because they have a political vendetta. Mr. Speaker, Canadians expect due process, and they expect that politicians are here to protect their rights, not to get rid of their rights.
Exactement.